All right, let's talk about something really important. If you've ever cared for someone you love with ALS, you know the night is a whole different ballgame. It can be the longest, toughest part of the entire day, right? The world gets quiet, but the needs, they don't stop. So this one's for you. This is a guide for how to get through those long hours with hopefully a little more calm, a bit more confidence, and a real sense of connection. Wow, I mean, that just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? If you're reading that and nodding along, please just know you are so not alone in feeling this way. That feeling of being completely worn out, of feeling so vulnerable, it's a shared experience for so many caregivers. And that's exactly what we're going to get into.
So here's the first really big idea. It's a mindset shift that can honestly be a game changer. Most of us, and this is totally understandable, we live on the left side of this slide, getting through the night. It's pure survival mode, just trying to make it to sunrise. But what if we could shift over to the right? What if, instead of just surviving, we could actually design the night? And look, this isn't about making everything perfect. It's about finding ways to take back a little bit of control.
Yeah, so let's get real for a second. The goal here is not some magical, impossible 8 hours of deep, uninterrupted sleep. With ALS, it's not the reality. So what we're going to do instead is redefine what a good night even means. We're going to create a whole new set of goals, ones that you can actually achieve, that are sustainable, and that take a whole lot of stress off the table.
And here's what those new goals look like. We're aiming for a night where, yeah, you're going to be woken up, but it's not a panic-inducing crisis every time. Imagine this. You respond faster, but with way less stress. There are fewer out-of-the-blue surprises. When you do have to get up, you can provide more comfort more efficiently. And maybe the biggest one, a sense of emotional steadiness, not just for them, but for you too. It's about turning chaos into something more like a calm, expected check-in.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we build this designed night? Well, here's the secret. The most important part of the night happens before you even turn out the lights. It's all about the setup. A good night is built on a rock-solid foundation of preparation.
And this checklist is your blueprint. Think of it as your secret weapon against chaos. It's more than just a list. It's about creating a predictable environment. Making sure the call button is right there within easy reach. Checking that the breathing equipment is working perfectly before you need it. Testing the suction machine so you're not fumbling with it at 2 a.m. in the dark. Having everything, and I mean everything, you might need right there, ready to go. It just changes everything.
And now for a step that is so easy to skip, but please don't. It's the emotional setup. The physical stuff we just talked about, that gets rid of the physical chaos. But this reduces the anxiety. Just taking a few minutes for some calm conversation, maybe sharing a little joke, or just saying a simple, powerful phrase like, "I'm right here tonight." It can completely change the feeling in the room and make all that nighttime fear feel just a little bit smaller.
All right, the prep work is done, the stage is set. Now, let's talk about what happens when that call bell rings. It's time to talk about handling those common interruptions. This is where all that planning turns into calm, confident action.
Repositioning. You're probably going to be doing this a lot, and following a few simple steps can turn it from this big, stressful struggle into a smooth routine. The number one thing, talk through everything. Just a quiet, okay, I'm going to help you roll to your left side now. Makes all the difference. Using those draw sheets saves your back. Doing a quick check on pressure spots, and then really taking a moment to rebuild that cocoon of comfort with the pillows. It's a system, not a struggle.
Ah yes, the breathing equipment. It's an absolute lifeline for sure. But man, it can also create its own set of problems in the middle of the night, can't it? The mask shifts and starts leaking air, their mouth gets incredibly dry, their skin gets irritated. Or sometimes, just the feeling of the airflow itself can cause anxiety. These seem like small things, but at 3 a.m., they feel huge. Being ready for them is key.
And this is so important to remember. When there's a breathing issue, panic can set in really fast. And in that moment, the most powerful tool you have might not be anything technical at all. It's your voice. Just a calm, steady, reassuring phrase like, "The machine is working, you're getting good air, you're okay." It can be the anchor they need. It grounds them, cuts through the fear, and gives you both a moment to actually fix the problem. Seriously, your calm is contagious.
So, we've talked a lot about the what to do, the practical stuff. But now, let's shift gears and talk about the how to be. Because when it's dark and quiet, caregiving becomes so much less about checking off a list and so much more about just being there. This is really the heart of it all.
I just love this idea. Sparkle. It's about finding those tiny little moments of light in the middle of the exhaustion. It's not some grand gesture. It's the small stuff, right? Like taking an extra second to warm up a blanket in the dryer, or that quiet, shared laugh when you almost trip over something. These little things, they're not optional extras. They are the whole point. They're what transforms a clinical task into a moment of real human connection.
Okay, now I need you to listen up, because this section is for you, the caregiver. And I'm going to say this as clearly as I can. This part is non-negotiable. You've heard it a million times, but you can't pour from an empty cup. It's just true. If you want to provide that calm, steady care we've been talking about, you have to protect yourself.
Let's just blow this myth right out of the water. This idea that to be a good caregiver, you have to be awake and on high alert all night long. It's not just wrong, it's dangerous. The goal is not to be a walking zombie. The goal is to be functional, to be calm, to be sustainable. An exhausted, burnt-out caregiver can't provide good care. So please, hear this. Give yourself permission to rest. Being a good caregiver means taking care of yourself, too.
So, let's wrap this up by coming back to the main idea. What is the real goal here? It's not about fighting the night or winning some kind of battle. It's softer than that. It's about finding a way to simply hold the night, with all of its difficulties, all of its vulnerability, and doing it in a way that feels managed instead of just chaotic.
And please let this one really sink in. The goal is not perfection. You are going to be woken up. Your sleep is going to be broken. That is not a sign that you're failing. It's the reality. And every single time you get up, you are taking a moment of disruption and transforming it into an act of care.
And in that transformation, something really kind of magical happens. That intense vulnerability that hangs in the air in the middle of the night, it stops being just a scary thing and it becomes an opportunity. It's a chance to forge a connection that's just so profound and quiet and real. Please never, ever forget this. What you're doing, it's quiet, it's repetitive, it is so exhausting. But it is also, without a doubt, one of the most extraordinary things one human being can do for another. You're the anchor. In those moments, you are literally holding the night together.
So I'm going to leave you with this one simple question. Thinking about tonight, what's one small moment of that sparkle you can design into it? It doesn't have to be big at all. Maybe it's just deciding on that one reassuring phrase you're going to use, or taking an extra 30 seconds to tuck the blankets in just so. What's one tiny piece of light you can plan to bring into the darkness tonight?